Welcome back here today on the beautiful campus of Florida Panhandle Technical College. Another in our series of what's going on in the community. Got a treat today. We've got Coach Dwight Kennedy here with us, brand new basketball coach, head basketball coach for Chipley High School. When we come back, we're going to talk to Coach about just that, basketball, Chipley High School. He's got some pretty good plans. He's a very aggressive young guy, wants to make some changes, wants to improve, wants Chipley to be all that it can be. Who can argue with that? When we come back, we're going to talk about all this and more, and we will be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today is Coach Dwight Kennedy. Thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for letting me be here.
We've been talking since you've been on campus. You've been on campus now for what, almost a year?
Almost a year.
Okay.
Yes.
Just recently, Principal Alicia Clemens announced that you would be the new head basketball coach for Chipley.
Yes, sir.
Lots of excitement there. We've been talking kind of in broad strokes about getting you over here, do an interview. The clouds or the stars aligned today. I guess we both got kind of a little breathing spell from our regular schedule. So thanks for coming over. Let's talk a little bit about who is Dwight Kennedy.
Okay, well, again, Dwight Kennedy. You'll hear folks call me Deon. That's from Chipley. That's one of the name they know me for. But
was that your middle name?
That's my middle name.
Okay.
That's my middle name.
Do you prefer to go by that?
No, it really doesn't matter. I honestly didn't start hearing Dwight until I went to college to play ball.
Wow.
But it doesn't matter to me either way.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll call you Deon.
That's fine. That's fine. But graduated from Chipley High School, 2007. Played a little college ball. Bounced around. Kind of figured out that didn't want to play ball anymore. So went back to school. Earned my AA degree at Gulf Coast State College. Got accepted into Florida State, became a graduate in 2013 at FSU. Even my first head coaching job was at South Walton High School, 2015-16 year.
Okay.
And I was in Jacksonville for a year before coming back to Chipley to be around my father. And I was actually at the Wise before I came to Chipley High School campus.
Okay, so you've been part of the district.
Yes.
How is your dad?
He's great. He's great. I mean, I
know he had some illness there for a while.
Yeah, he had a little illness, and that's my hero. So I have to come back and make sure.
But he's doing okay.
He's fine, but he's doing great. He's fishing every day. He's getting on my nerves. So if he's getting on my nerves, then he's doing great.
Hey, if he's fishing, life is good.
That's it.
Chipley has been fortunate. Chipley has, despite its relative small size, coming from a relatively small city in a small county, even though it's a large county geographically, very few people, 25,000 people. Chipley has succeeded in excelling in almost every sport over the years.
That's right.
Going to state playoffs, state championships. It's just amazed me. Those are big shoes to fill.
It is.
Mike Gates, previously the head basketball coach. Before him, I can't remember his name.
Coach Orlando.
Joel Orlando. So you've got a legacy behind you of performance.
I do.
What's the team look like right now?
We may be young. One or two freshmen, a few sophomores. But they're ready to go. They are. I challenged them this summer. We were in three showcases, 3 camps, South Alabama, Florida State, and West Florida. My goal was for them to get beat up as much as possible.
I was going to say, that's a chance to see the opposition.
We only played one 1A team. And that was the only win that we rose to the occasion for. But they battled with 5, 6, and 7A kids. And I was very proud of them this summer. But we do have some juniors, some seniors that's going to step up as well, though. So we could make a real good run at it.
When does your season actually start on the calendar?
Well, tryouts is in November.
Okay.
So once we have our tryouts, we'll pretty much have 2 tryouts, one for the kids that don't play football, and then once football season is over with, we'll have a tryout then. I expect to have my full roster around the end of December, well, when football season is over, and I'm expecting football season to be over with state championship game.
You're optimistic,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. We've got a brand new head athletic director and head football coach,
That's
Marcus
right.
Buchanan.
Yes, sir.
Got the opportunity to meet him within the last 6 months. Basketball has always lived under that shadow of the football team because if the football team is successful and goes on to playoffs and so forth, you're waiting on some of your sometimes key players to come from football.
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is, but I would imagine it's not unusual for a situation like that to sort of force some of these younger guys to step up to the point where when that guy gets done playing football, he's almost got to fight to get his position back.
That's right. That's right. It's always going to be, and I wouldn't say a struggle, but you're always going to have an issue with a football kid coming in and a kid that may have played the first 6 or 7 games. Show me that, or show the coach that, hey, I can play as well.
Good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have. So, but as a basketball coach, especially in the South, you know how it is. Football rules all, and I love every bit of it. And I know the success we've had at Chipley High School with basketball. So, I know for me and Coach Buchanan, we've been working together, since he got on campus and since Mrs. Clemens announced me as the head coach. We've been working together pretty well. So for us, that's not going to be a problem. Now, for the football player that comes in, just come in just willing to work. I mean, this is going to be a different culture. It's going to be a different vibe. But if you want to be a Chipley Tiger on that basketball team, I mean, just come in and work and you'll fit right in.
We see high school basketball getting more and more physical. It seems to go in waves, but the last several years, there's been a lot of physicality. There's some tough playing out there. And so these guys coming from football that are already kind of beat up from the season, they should be able to step right into that, know, and you and I got a chance to talk a little bit prior to this interview, and you sort of expressed some of your hopes, dreams, and desires for the school and the team itself. Talk a little bit about what you're envisioning. You said that you would like to involve some of the non-player students with help with the introductions and the light show before every game.
That's right.
In maybe some photo and video work with the teams, that kind of thing. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we have so many. What can I say? Gyms or here at Chipley, we have the technology, and we are more advanced than other schools in this area, that when a football game or a basketball game goes on, it is the event in a 30-mile radius. And our kids have the opportunity to show their schools, not only if it's playing sports, technology, certain advancement that I know that show others that Chipley is the place to be.
For sure.
For our students. So, yeah, little things of, showing the national anthem, having ROTC out there, having kids to film, produce, just little things in that nature that I know that I can push kids towards. And as the years go by, hey, this is something I want to do as an adult.
Well, on a selfish level, I love to hear you say that, because obviously that's what we do here on campus.
Right.
And so any of those students that start showing some promise, start showing some interest more than anything,
exactly,
we've got a place for them as a dual enrolled student, half
right.
of every school day during their junior and senior year.
Right.
Having an influx of energy, of aggressive energy particularly, and the desire to do new things is huge.
That's right.
That's the world in which I live, and that's my students. That the only message that I make sure that they get from this class is that never say never.
Right.
Every once in a while, I'll tell somebody, no, you can't do that, and guess what? They want to prove the teacher wrong,
That's right?
So they're going to, and they do it.
Absolutely.
So in your case, you've got that same opportunity to engage, and like I say, even the non-playing student body
That's right.
can get in there and be a part of that team. So often, we mentioned this a little bit during our pre-show discussion. There's only 400 NBA players in the world. And if you want to be a part of the NBA, better to go into production end of things.
That's
you can
right.
have a 20 or 30-year career, never get your knees blown out,
That's
never
right.
never suffer a concussion, and yet to be right there with the action.
That's right.
As a cameraman or producer or whatever, there's 400,000 people that work behind the scenes.
That's right.
So same thing, and I think that instilling that or giving them that information, that if you want to be a part of the football experience, the basketball experience, the track and field, you can do that in a different way.
You can do it in a different way. I mean, even I saw a study where a towel boy at an NBA game makes $80,000-$90,000. Hey, there's other ways. Yes, I know we're here for a basketball game, but there's other ways to make a living, a good living for yourself.
Now, you mentioned that you also have inherited the track and field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm very excited about that. Listen, I'm glad I have the opportunity to be the head basketball coach. But track and field is a place in my heart for it. Yeah.
Well, again, we have some talented athletes.
Yes.
We've got some talented scholastic students.
Yes.
We've got some talented creative students.
Yes.
I dare say, my wife and I live in Chipley because we want to. Our kids and grandkids are all elsewhere. We live here because we want to be here.
Gotcha.
And we've come to love it. And we're in this little pocket of sanity. I like to say that because you don't have to go far to get to all the craziness that's happening.
Right.
We seem to have our heads about us in at least a little bit better fashion right here in Chipley. We look forward to seeing what you've got to bring to the table. We'd like to make it an open invitation, though. Deon, when you got something going on, give me a shout. Let's do a show. Let's let the people know. Let's get more connected, letting the people know what's going on.
That's right.
Like I mentioned to you, if you don't tell me there's a basketball game, if you don't tell me there's a track and field meet, a lot of times there's other things going on. I'm just gonna overlook it. And as you know, we like to go out and shoot those things.
That's right. I definitely will, especially with track and field and basketball, of course, though. Well, I want to make sure the community knows, we want each and every one of them to be there. Let's make it an event. Well, I mean, compared to bigger towns, bigger cities, I mean, we're a small community, and, we should be behind each other.
It wasn't long after school had started last year, and I ran into you in the gym, and I think you were carrying a big drill, a hammer drill, or some kind of a power tool, and on the other arm you had a big extension cord. And I said, "What do you do here?" And you said, "Anything nobody else wants to do."
Anything nobody else wants to do. If Ms. Clemens needs something to be done, I'm there for it. And I'm like that, not just on campus, but just in the community in general. If I have to check on a kid or checking on an adult or anything that needs to be done, if I'm able to do it, I'm there for it. And that's how I was raised. That's how I grew up. I had a great example with my parents. I had a great example, especially my father. If I always say, I tell people all the time, and they think I'm joking, but if I could just become half the man that he is, I'm content with that. With him showing me the way and the love that he has for this city, it just pretty much was instilled in me.
I love to hear you express those sentiments. If there's anything that the public should know about either of your programs or anything to do with you, is there anything that you'd like to let the world know that we maybe haven't talked about?
Well, for the social media platform, for basketball and track, it will be on the way. So
they'll be able to keep up with what you got going.
They'll be able to keep up with what we got going on. Just come out. Just be ready to feel a positive vibe at the games. Come show the support for the kids, and just come ready to just have a great time. That's pretty much what it is.
You got your work cut out for you, no doubt.
I do.
But you've got a lot of energy, and that's what it's going to take to make all of those things happen.
Oh yeah, and not even just on my end, but just that football squad, Coach Buchanan. I mean, he's between myself and him, we're bringing that energy. Just not on our sports programs, but just on campus in general. So. And
he doesn't hold back by letting you know that he's very competitive.
He doesn't. He doesn't at all. And I told myself, give me about 4 years. I'm gonna see if I can outlive him. It probably not gonna happen. But that's the type of man he is. He brings that energy. He brings that focus. I'm glad that he's there. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great year for Chipley High School, especially for football, basketball, baseball included. Got to give Compton his props. I mean, they've done a great job.
No doubt.
And I feel like they're going to go back. It's just all around. It's going to be a great year for Chipley High School.
To what do you attribute the fact that we have so many outstanding athletes, scholastic students, as you mentioned, and unfortunately baseball seems to always take that back seat, and I don't know why, because they're always going to championship playoffs.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Compton has done a great job out there on the diamond, and his assistant coaches. I see them working. They're working every day. If it's not BP, Compton's out there doing the field. He keeps busy. He actually he motivates me to more. Is Compton still out there in that diamond? I need to be out on the basketball court.
So for a town this size, for a school this size, to have all these outstanding athletes and teams, to what do you attribute that? Good families, good social lives?
The community. Great families. We're seeing the kids that played, at Chipley High School, graduated from Chipley High School. It meant something to them to be in those programs. Now you're seeing their kids coming up, and I'm fortunate enough. I'm blessed to be one of their coaches. So seeing the parents, take it serious. And they want their kids to take it serious. As a coach, I mean, that just motivates me even more. Like, you have that chip on your shoulders. No, I have bags of Lay's on my shoulders. So it's a great feeling. But like you said, it's big shoes to fill. Like I tell everybody, I had 4 coaches in 4 years. My ninth grade year was McCullough. Just imagine going behind him, and then Coach Davis, Coach Morris Scott, Coach Colville my senior year. Like, those coaches are instilled in me. They were motivated to be there at Chipley High School at their time. I'm the same way. So, but to pick up what you were saying is, those families, this community, they care about those programs that we have out there at Chipley High School. So, just motivation for me to give the kids what they need.
We're excited, and we're really excited to see what you and Coach Buchanan and all the rest of the staff bring to the table this year. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time today, but again, open invitation. Come back more often or often, and let's let the world know what Chipley High School is doing.
Yes, sir. I'm going to do that.
Thanks again.
All right.
Our guest today has been Deon Kennedy, new head basketball coach for Chipley, Florida High School. I don't know about you, I'm geared up. I'm ready for some basketball, and right now we have got a wonderful community. We've got opportunities galore. We've got some great students. If you've got a 10th, 11th, or 12th grader who's got a 2.0 grade point average and is at least 16 years of age, they can come right here to Florida Panhandle Technical College, dual enrolled. In my case, learn all about photography, videography, audio production, social media, radio, television production, a whole plethora of opportunities if they're creative. If not, we've got 30 other programs here on campus. Check us out, fptc.edu. We'll be right back.